Are you overwhelmed by the smells of chemicals such as perfumes and other strong smells to the point where you can barely breathe or think and you have to get away from them as soon as possible? If so, I can relate. I've been there too many years ago, and I'll explain why I think that happens and how I got over it. Hi, I'm Dr. Stephen Wangen, the founder and medical director of the IBS Treatment Center. Before you jump ship, I'll explain what all this has to do with your digestive system, even if you don't have IBS, and how I've seen many patients dramatically improve their chemical sensitivities. Now, what led me to even think to do this video was that just the other day I was in a mall in a department store there, and I had to walk through the perfume section to get where I wanted to go. And that smell made me flash back immediately to the days when I literally could not walk through a perfume section. And I remember a time when I was much younger when I would be completely overwhelmed by strong chemical smells, and particularly the perfume sections of stores. Now, I fortunately no longer have that problem, but since then I've treated more patients than I can remember who also suffered from the same problem, and I've learned a few things. First, let's talk about why I think this happens. Chemicals have to be cleared out of your body, and your body is naturally doing this all the time. We call this detoxification. And when things get bad, we understand that we need to go through a detox. We call a lot of different things detox, or after the holidays do a detox. You know what I'm talking about. Well, that is a really legit subject. That really is happening in the body. Now, the question is, why can some people naturally detox much faster and much quicker than others? Now, some of it is genetics, but a lot of it depends on the overall toxic load in your body. And what most people who are very sensitive to chemicals such as perfumes don't realize is that their body is probably already being taxed by a very high toxic load. And because of this, they can't quickly detox things like chemicals in the air that are in a perfume section. Their body's ability to detox is already maxed out. So a good analogy for this might be a bucket of water that's already full. Now, if you try to add more water to it, what happens? It can't hold more water, right? It just spills over the top and goes all over the place. And that's essentially what is happening to your body's detox systems when it can't handle the perfume section. So this begs the question, what is causing all that toxicity, right, that's already in the body? Now, there are some obvious things you might think of. You might say, well, it's all these other chemicals in the world and in the environment, that we expose ourselves to every day. But in my experience, that pales in comparison to what is going on inside of your digestive tract. Now, your digestive system is, for most people, the greatest source of toxins to which you are exposed. And many of those toxins can be absorbed. Now, when things are working great, your body can deal with all of this, right? And you eliminate most of the toxins. But when things are not working optimally, your systems of detoxification can become overwhelmed. And there are two major things that can overwhelm your ability to detox. Now, the first one I want to talk about is when you have an antibody reaction to a food. When you have an antibody reaction to a food, such as something like, let's say, a gluten intolerance, then that food is being treated as a toxin. It's not a food anymore. And I've seen the same thing, though, happen to other foods, not just gluten, to all kinds of other foods that people are reacting to. Once the food becomes a toxin, it's then contributing to the overall toxic load in your body. So now it has to be detoxed. And I've personally experienced this. Once, long ago, when I discovered I had a gluten intolerance and I cut gluten out of my diet, my chemical sensitivity started to decrease and eventually went completely away. So the other day, when I walked through that perfume section I had no problems other than the flashbacks to the days that would have made me run out of that store. So that's one of the big causes that I've seen for multiple chemical sensitivities. The other one is just as big, and the other one is when you have an overgrowth in your digestive tract. And this could be Candida or it could be a bacterial overgrowth, but they both can and often do produce a lot of toxic byproducts. And these toxins are absorbed into your body, and they must be dealt with by your liver and by your other systems of detoxification. So all of those things are literally down there in your digestive system, wreaking havoc with your entire body, not just potentially your digestive system. And they're producing toxins that you didn't even know that you're being exposed to, in which you now have to detoxify. And that's true whether or not you have digestive problems or whether or not you have IBS. You don't have to have a digestive problem to have all the rest of that going on. So in either case, whether it's a food reaction or it's a Candida or bacterial overgrowth, this can mean that your bucket is already full. It's already full when you hit the perfume section. So you have no more capacity to detoxify chemicals in that outer environment because your body is already so busy trying to detox from internal toxins. And that's why many people can't tolerate chemical smells like that. So the good news is that I've seen this improve in many, many patients once they identify and treat the issues going on in their digestive tract. I would love to hear your stories about chemical sensitivities in the comments sections below. And if you would like help sorting out some of the major causes of this problem, give my office a call at the number below. We'd love to work with you to help you feel better. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos on things about healthcare that you probably can't learn about virtually anywhere else. Thanks again for watching.